Skip, 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 skippity-doo. Oh, man, I'll get to him in a second. But surprise, surprise, Sean Lee is injured again. He is unlikely to play Sunday against the Eagles after suffering a hamstring injury during the 27-7 loss to the Atlanta Falcons yesterday. So, obviously, this is a huge loss for the Cowboys. I mean, you can just see the difference between the first and the second half. Cowboys were unable to stop the run a couple times where Jalen Smith literally picked out the wrong hole, plugged the wrong hole, and Tevin Coleman was off to the races. So the difference in defensive numbers are staggering when Lee is on and off the field. Opposing quarterbacks have a quarterback rating of 107.8 when Lee can't play, as opposed to 85.6 when he's in the game. The disparity is even worse in run defense. 3.5 yards per carry when he's playing, as opposed to 5.5 when he's out. Jay Ajayi, oh, choo-choo, he's going to be running rampant over that Cowboys defense. Oh, yeah. And then getting to skip. Oh, Shannon Sharp was hilarious today. So this was the first time I actually recorded, DVR'd a show of Undisputed. This might be the first time I ever watched this damn show, because I normally don't watch Skip Bayless. I was curious to see how Skip would spin this one around. And he tried. He tried his hardest. He tried his little heart out. You know, I got to give him some credit. He tried. But, well, as you can imagine, he still sounded like a goddamn dingbat. So, basically, his argument was, well, because Sean Lee exited, that's why the Cowboys lost. Well, I mean, it's not like, you know, the Cowboys didn't put up more than 7 points on offense, you know. Now, another thing I'm curious to look at is the tape. Because Brendan and I are going to do a tape breakdown, a film breakdown, some point this week. And I'm curious to see if some of those sacks could have been avoided. Because I know dating back to Mississippi State, Dakota Prescott, has struggled with pocket presence. He's struggled with pressure. So when you pressure him, he doesn't have the poise in the pocket. He doesn't, his feet don't move around. He doesn't find the open spot where to throw the football. He doesn't move around like a Carson Wentz does, like a Russell Wilson does. You know, it's like, you know, Skip wants to use Chaz Green and, you know, all that, but when Russell Wilson has the line that he has and he's still able to make plays, that is no excuse. They are trying, all right, in Dallas, they want to compare Dakota to Carson Wentz. It's not possible. You can't. Not after yesterday's performance. Man. You know, when Carson Wentz is pressured, he makes plays. And, you know, Foolish Steven, that's a great point. A lack of depth. You know, I was talking about it during the summer. You know, like, I've been waiting for a couple years now for just one injury on the Cowboys' offensive line. They've been healthy for the last couple years, but they have no depth. No depth at all along their offensive line. And their offensive line, it got exposed yesterday. Chaz Green's supposed to be a third-round pick out of Florida, I believe, and yeah, so he was terrible. 6 sacks allowed to Adrian Claiborne, 8 total. And I'm going to go look back at the tape. I'm curious to see if any of those sacks could have been avoided. I'm curious where his eyes are. All right? Is he looking through his progressions or is he looking at the rush? What's he doing? So I'm curious to look at all this. Brennan and I will take a look. So, yeah, so where were y'all last year? I've been here, motherfucker. Are you serious? Now here's speaking of last year, here's what's funny. Here is what's funny with these Cowboys fans. They want to use the excuses of all the injuries, right? Well, what about the lack of weapons that Carson Wentz had last year? He didn't have anything last year. But you Cowboys fans, you were quick to say, well, Dakota, he's a lot better because look at the stats. Look at the statistics. Yeah, bullshit. Dak Prescott got exposed yesterday. Exposed. He's a solid quarterback. He's not great. He's not elite. He's not Ginger Jesus. Simple as that. Simple as that. Simple as that. All right. So they're going to use, I mean, like they're going to say Tyron Smith. They're going to say Sean Lee. They're going to say Zeke Elliott. Whatever. Fine. If you want to use those excuses, I'm okay with it. But don't say that Dak is better than Carson. Because Carson, with all the injuries the Eagles have had this year, he's put the team on his back. Dak Prescott had a chance yesterday to prove all the doubters wrong. He had an opportunity. No Tyron Smith, no Zeke Elliott. Put the team on your back. Make it happen. He crumbled. He was a deer in headlights. He stunk. He stunk. He stunk. So there you go. You can't defend Dakota after this game. You can't. You can't. Sorry. So there you go. All right. Oh yeah, back to Sean Lee. You know, it's another thing. It's like Skip wanted to use that as an excuse, but Lee has missed 41 of a possible 123 games in his career. You can't be surprised when he's hurt anymore. It's a regular occurrence. So there you go. All right. There we go. That's about it. I just want to do a short video. That's all. Cowboys fans are triggered. Uh-oh. Peace out.